From Southern California, Team Combat League is on the air live on the Zone from Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. Team Combat League, action-packed, 24 rounds coming your way. It's a team concept in combat sports where the fighters fight one round, maybe two. They come back, and every single round, the crowd knows what's going on. It's quick, it's fast, it's exciting. There are knockouts, there's excitement, there's drama. There's all that and more for Team Combat League. Thank you for joining us as we make our DAZN broadcast debut. I'm Bethel Duran alongside pro fighter Bubba Jenkins. And Bubba, you've been involved in your wrestling days, in your MMA days, your fighting days. As a fighter who knows all about team competition, Team Combat League, let me give you this. We're in LA, there's an LA squad. Vegas has a team. Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, all that and more, all over the country. Team Combat League is blowing up. How much fun are you having here?
Man, having a great time. Seeing all these teams and cities get together and try to bounce it out to see who's the best, to see who's in the brawl. Last year we saw New York win it all. This year we get to see them come back against Vegas. I'm excited to see what we got going tonight. And being at the Thunder Studios, I know there's going to be some rain.
And as Bubba mentioned, New York was a champion last year. Weekly standings are updated, and it all culminates at the end of the season with a mega brawl. Mega brawl means there's a lot of money on the line. Mega money on the line for the fighters, both male and female. Now, Bubba, though, you know this. You might be on a team side, the team attitude. But at the end of the day, it's the fighter, you against your opponent, and that's got to be intense.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of these guys like the individual sport, like to be one-on-one. But when you got somebody depending on you like these guys that do with the teams and the females that they have, it's going to be a wonderful show. Most of the guys like that mano-a-mano, but if you're the guy in the money round or if you're the guy that needs it for your team, we're going to look on you to catch that ball.
You can feel the excitement here at Thunder Studios. You hear it in the voice of Bubba Jenkins, Badman, who will be fighting next week, but he's on the broadcast tonight. For more on how Team Combat League works and what we expect to see tonight, let's go to our desk where the one and only Cynthia Conte is joined with a special guest.
Thanks, guys. Welcome, everyone. Joining us here live on DAZN for TCL and Cynthia Conte. All right, I know some of you may be tuning in like, what is TCL? What is Team Combat League? I'm going to break it down for you. So TCL structure is broken down in 3 segments. The first 8 rounds are the launch rounds, and then you have rounds 9 through 16 as the middle rounds, and then it's the money rounds when you really need the points are rounds 17 to 24. Now the TCL scoring is very similar to boxing, nothing different. Decision is 10-9, a knockdown is a 10-8, and 2 knockdowns or a stoppage is 10-7, and a knockdown on each side goes to the judge's decision. Now TCL concept, it's 1 round, all action packed round. So there is no feel out round. There is nothing. You have to execute, you have to knock out, you have to destroy. 1 or 2 matchups per boxer, fight weight classes, 6 male weight classes. Let me run that down. Featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. And the women have featherweight and welterweight. And my favorite part is the women also fight the 3-minute rounds just like the males. I love this concept. You guys are going to enjoy it. Something different, something new. But these are my co-pilots today. Let me introduce you. I know you're excited. You have, he's retired, but he says he may come back.
I wish.
Right? Gabe Rosado, and also a boxing commentator, and then also coach. Can I call you Coach at Navarro, or is it just Coach? Robert?
Coach.
All right, so you're a fight coach, 45 years in all MMA.
Mixed martial arts, boxing, and kickboxing.
All right, and Gabe Rosado, you saw a little bit of what's going on. You're excited.
No, I'm excited for it. I keep cheesing because I'm like, yo, this is something I would have loved to get into, like in the beginning part of my career, because it's fun. It's like 1 minute round, it's a 1 round, 3 minutes, but you go all out. You go for the kill. It's 3 minutes of fighting.
I like what you said earlier, was that I wish I had this growing up, as you know, during my amateur. And these are great fights for fighters that don't have a fight.
For sure.
So this is a way to keep them active and just get them busy and learn different styles. Because if some of these fighters never did an amateur background, this is one of the best ways to do it and get paid.
And the fun thing about it is a team sport, which is kind of interesting because, you know, you go into the ring and it's just you and the opponent, but it matters what your teammate does
Yeah.
as far as points and then the money round. So that's kind of cool just to be in the back and be deep like that.
Exactly. And one of my favorite things about this is after each round, you know who won that round.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no speculation. So coaches are involved in this. The team's involved in this to get that next fighter's sight to get back. And after that first round of fights, you can be down. Like last week, the team was down by 7 points, and they end up coming back and winning it, but almost losing it in those bonus points.
And that's why we're going to look at the standings, because these are very interesting. So in first place right now, you have Philadelphia Smoke. Philly's in the house right here. Miami Stealth, Boston Butchers, Houston Hitmen, Los Angeles Elite. 6th place, Las Vegas Hustle. 7th, Orlando Vipers. 8th, Atlanta Attack. 9th, Dallas Enforcers. Number 10, shocking, New York City Attitude. They were the ones that won last year, the first Mega Brawl. To see them in 10th place, I don't even know if they're going to be able to win. Even if they beat Las Vegas today, I don't know.
I mean, that's a point thing. I mean, got to be a lot of knockouts.
There has to be a lot of knockouts, and there's some the fighters on some of these cards. On the fight cards of the first fight for Las Vegas versus New York City Attitude, you have just look at the names alone. On the first name I look at is Mailata. Patrick Mailata is that heavyweight versus Earl.
Beast.
He's beastly. He's 5-0 right now. And so we're going to go into the middle rounds. The fight of the night, everyone is saying, is Israel Taylor versus Ryan Zapotagal.
Yeah.
I spoke with them, and yes. And then look again. Who's on that fight card? Bottom. Who's going to try to get the knockouts? You have Patrick Mailata again versus Price Taylor. They both are looking to go broke and knock each other out. Someone's getting knocked out.
I agree with you 1,000%, Cynthia. And the thing is these, it's not set up for pace. It's set up for go or go home.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at this is Patrick knocking out Greg Hardy. Look at this is vicious.
It's a big dude.
Big dude.
He's lights out. Greg Hardy, he's been down many times, but that one was a very nasty knockout. And Patrick is looking to keep his undefeated record. And then you have Sean Brewer. He's a standout fighter. He's supposed to be one of the ones that in the middle rounds to get his team more points. Sean Brewer versus Pablo Cruz. Look at the skills. Look at the punch output and the punch placement.
Yeah, great counter puncher.
And, you know, the dope thing about it is since you have to be so aggressive because there's only one round, you know, it's all about how you warm up in the locker room to get into that ring and be nice and warm.
Very good point.
That's a really good point.
Really, it's kind of the fight is in the locker room, and then once you step in the ring, you just got to go for broke.
Really good point, Coach.
Yeah.
Really good point.
Oh, yeah, I was just in the locker room trying to get all of their names, and they were I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm in your way.
And that's another aspect of this. This is the fighter's fight, but the coaching has to have a lot of diligence on how their placement, especially for that second fight for that fighter, which is a big, big point thing.
Yeah, I'm just still watching this highlight of Sean Brewer, and he is just, uppercuts are very rarely used in boxing. I always say throw an uppercut, and he's throwing to the body. They have, look at using the jab, but these two are just going. There is no time to set up any punches, to figure out what you're going to do. You just have to do it.
Man, this is like, this is fun.
Yeah,
Hey, we haven't even started yet.
I'm so
just
excited.
saying, like, just the idea that you get to go for one round and go for broke, it's like, you know, it's just action-packed.
And the whole team concept is just so brilliant, the way it's designed. I mean, these founders really did their due diligence.
Boy, I'm going to interrupt you because when it comes to women's bout, I love the women's bouts on TCL. We have Jasmine Willis versus Raquel Galvin. These women in TCL, they fight like it's nobody's business. They fight better than the men sometimes. And go ahead, Coach.
And I don't want to interrupt you because you're absolutely brilliant. But the brilliance here is they fight 3-minute rounds for the first time
and I love that.
in the history of this world.
Yeah.
They fight for 3-minute rounds. They had to go get legislative change to make these 3-minute rounds for the women.
Okay, so this is New York City right here. This is one of the clips. Not sure who's fighting, but look at how they're wailing. I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
You guys are in for a treat. Gabe Rosado, I know we haven't even started, but before anything else, we had Beto. Where's Beto? Do I see Beto?
Yeah, I'm right here. We're listening to Gabe, and I'm trying to tell my partner, stay retired, Gabe. I know you want to get in there. But it is one thing. You'll see some of the fighters, Gabe, who've been around for a while, and they've had some big fights. And now because they're not fighting at the normal weight, they might fight normally at 154, but here they can go up to 68 or different levels right there. But and that's very interesting for them. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, though, I had a chance to sit down with a couple of the big boys, and we got to know them really, really well.
Some awesome interviews, man. Good job.
Yeah.
You grew up in New Zealand, so did you play rugby?
Of course, every kid in New Zealand plays rugby. They hand you boots at the age of 8 and say, "Hey, go on."
All right, so you're there. So you're watching All Blacks. You're doing everything, and then the heavyweights. David Tua. You see him. How did you go from the kid who's playing rugby to a pro fighter?
Well, when I was growing up in the islands in Samoa, the first fight I watched was David Tua watching Lennox, and at the time, there wasn't many TVs. There was about 3 TVs in my village. And man, my village was painted, like all of Samoa at that time was painted red because of the beads, And I remember being in this little hut, this little box, watching, and the whole village gathering around, chanting on David Tua. And man, I remember that time. I made a decision right then and there that shoot, I'm gonna be like that. No way. Like I played rugby still, but man, David Tua was a bad man. Like he was one of the founders for fighting, one of the 4 founders of combat and the Polynesians, and he really did a lot for the Samoan.
That's gonna be one of the good matches because you and the heavyweight for Las Vegas, Patrick. That'd be a good man.
I'm actually fighting both of them.
So. But the Patrick, because he's undefeated in here.
Yeah.
Then the other heavyweight is a big dude. So you're going after, and are you coming back in the money rounds too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of pressure on you, and I know you love that kind of pressure as an athlete you are.
That's the best. I love, honestly. I'm one of my secrets, right? That's a secret. I'm only telling you guys. I like to be booed. I like it. This the best. This the best feeling of all time. I love it. Yeah, when I come in the ring, I'm so competitive. You're gonna regret booing me. It's gonna be so bad for your family and your whole team because you're not gonna want to boo me ever again. That's how much I love it.
One thing to boo somebody from a distance, Bubba, but I'm not booing a heavyweight. Now, you love to get booed.
I love the boo birds, man. That's my alarm in the morning. They wake me up. Anytime I can get booed, I know that I'm doing the right thing as a fighter.
Well, I'll never boo Gabe Rosado or Cynthia Conte. I know better than that.
Oh, you better not. Yeah. You better not, because if not, boo. Great interviews. Gentlemen, you just saw the 2 heavyweights. There's going to be a knockout. Don't blink. Quick predictions.
That's for sure.
Who wins?
Oh man, I can't even go against him. I mean,
you have to pick one.
I train in his gym. I got to go with him.
With who?
The Simone.
Okay, Patrick.
I got to go with Patrick.
You know what? From the knockout, he's a big puncher, man. He's a big guy. Samoan. How can you not go with him?
That's true. But
and I've seen him wreck people in training.
All right. Well, we're going to see if your predictions, but we're going to send it back to the ring to our ring announcer, Jeremiah Gallegos.
Great job.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on TCL Brawl Pass and debuting here tonight, live on DAZN. Welcome to the Thunder Studios here in Southern California, USA, for tonight's West Coast versus East Coast Showdown. This is the in-ring battle, and it's all being presented by Team Combat League. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. This TCL doubleheader is sponsored by Venom, Adams Boxing, and also Two Trees Distilling. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to get things started here, and it's now time to bring out our teams. And now, let's meet first, representing the Big Apple, here is the New York Attitude. New York is led by head coach Ryan O'Leary and Benny Romar.
Earl Newman leading the way for the New York City Attitude. A good squad. They're defending champions from last year's Mega Brawl, and you're watching, yes, that's how all the teams come out. If you're watching for the first time on Team Combat League, they all enter the ring together. And you're in the fight, they will sit next to each other just like you would be on the bench, and they slide on over to New York City Attitude in green tonight. And everybody wears the same uniform. That Team Combat League concept, alive and well. They're all rocking out. Marcus Davidson, Tremaine Williams, Earl Newman, Ivan Golub, Lasha Gugliani from Georgia, Brian Pino, Sherbeck on the squad, along with Bryce Taylor. NYC on the belt.
And now, fight fans, here we go, ready to enter the arena at this time. From the boxing mecca, here is the Las Vegas Hustle! Las Vegas are led by head coach Jeff Mayweather.
Ali Medina, Darian Castro, Esteban Partida, Israel Taylor, Joseph Macedo, Kwame Ritter, the Samoan Patrick Mailata on the squad for the Las Vegas Hustle. There you see the roulette table, the dice, kicking with the Las Vegas theme. Jeff Mayweather leading the way for the Las Vegas squad. There you see the coaches for the Las Vegas Hustle. Vegas in gold with red trim. Yes, the fighters do live in that city that they train with, that they represent. So all these fighters are living in Vegas, just like the New York team living in New York. New York team actually practices in Brooklyn. The Vegas team, you know them very well, Bubba. You train with some of these guys.
Absolutely. Their outfits look a little bit like mine. I came out with the right fit tonight.
Yes,
it's good to see how they are getting out here, how excited they are. This is going to be a great night of boxing, a great night of team combat. I'm excited to be a part of it.
All right, Jeremiah Gallegos, make it official now, baby.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise if able. Tonight, presenting the colors of our great country, the United States of America. Please welcome the United States Army Color Guard. They present and represent the 79th TCS. And here to perform the national anthem of the United States of America, here is R&B recording artist Shaolin Cooper.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Shaolin Cooper.
Great job by Shaolin Cooper. Her father is TCL President Dewey Cooper. And Dewey, a man very instrumental in Team Combat League and the rule format, the measurement, how you're going to have it, any kind of argument, you go to Dewey. And you
He's
better
the president.
collect.
Yes, sir. That's the Dana White of this TCL thing right here. I love to see Dewey out there and his daughter putting on a great performance. It's going to be an amazing night in Long Beach.
All right, we get ready to go. Make sure you follow the TCL social media accounts. The YouTube, make sure you subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. And make sure you follow the Instagram. A lot of great behind-the-scenes coverage of what goes on during fight week. TCL action was in Dallas yesterday. We're in LA today, and we're coming your way. This one between Las Vegas and New York is scheduled for 18 rounds. There's our referee, David Sullivan. Dr. Lou Moret, Edward Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal will be the judges for this one. And they do rotate the referees, and the judges will be there also. So a lot of good action here from the Thunder Studios in
Ryan Allen. And representing the New York Attitude, Jermaine Williams. Our referee in charge of this contest, David Sullivan.
All right, Jeremiah Gallegos lets the crowd know what's going on. In the gold, the Las Vegas Hustle. Ryan Allen for Las Vegas. Tremaine Williams, the southpaw, for the New York Attitude. Standing wise, you'll see it, what goes on throughout the night. The score will be on that bug the entire night. At the end of every single round, Jeremiah Gallegos will announce the winner of the round, and the score will be updated on your screen, so you will know exactly where everybody stands, and as will the fighters. And Bubba, that's really important for a fighter when you know where you're at.
Absolutely. You get to see the score. You get to know how many points you're behind, and you get to make it up if you got to get the punch. If you have a good knockout punch, you got a good puncher's chance, you can stay in this fight.
The launch rounds, the middle rounds, and then the money round. And in the money rounds, fighters are allowed to come back and fight another round, that depending on what the coaches want to do. So you will see some fighters fight twice. That's the most they can do, is fight 2 rounds. If a fighter is stopped, which means it'll be a 10-7 round, and that fighter is scheduled to go in the money rounds, it'll be 10 points for the other team. So one thing to get knocked down, you do not want to get stopped.
Ain't no opportunity to come back and help your team out if you get stopped. You're out of it. And I'm a little confused by the Tremaine Williams start. You know, he looked like he was coming out, looked like he was ready to run across the ring, and he came out a little bit defensive. He looked like he wanted to be the offensive guy, and now he seems to be on the back foot a little bit.
And both these fighters will only fight 1 round tonight, so they go for it all. And that's something that is very exciting about Team Combat League. As a fighter, knowing you're only getting 1 round, you go for the gusto. And Williams is asking for it. Oh, Williams just went down. Williams, oh my God. There was a delayed reaction to Williams. He got hit and stopped. And there is concern in the ring as Williams was shaking. He got tagged and his feet are still shaking in the ring. There's major concern here ringside.
Yeah.
Paramedics and doctors are in the ring right now attending to Tremaine Williams.
A lot of concern on everyone's faces. We just hope Tremaine is okay. Gotta get him off his arm.
Yeah. Doctors immediately jumped into the ring. paramedics and doctors immediately jumped into the ring to attend to Tremaine Williams. A lot of concern here ringside. Williams in the opening round against Ryan Allen was hit, and then there was a delayed reaction to Williams, who a few seconds after he had hit just fell to his knees. And that's where we are right now. Williams inside the ring. He is on a stretcher, and there you see the paramedics ringside ready to, when he is going to be moved.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's responsive now.
Yeah.
You can see he's a little bit clear-headed.
Right here, Bubba, right in front of us, we do see Williams has opened his eyes.
Yeah.
As he is on the gurney.
Prayers up. Dangerous sport that we had, but
without getting any kind of speculation at all, we're not going to do any of that here. Just letting you know what we did see. Williams right in front of us. Eyes are open as they put him on the gurney immediately. Paramedics jumped in. Doctors jumped in. A lot of concern here at Thunder Studios in Los Angeles. Paramedics immediately jumped into the ring when they saw Williams' body in convulsions. And that's scary, Bubba. I mean, you're a professional fighter. You have a fight next week in the PFL.
And you can see the concern on a lot of the, not only teammates' faces, but the opposing teammates. You know, everyone's very concerned. Between the boxing ring, you have a lot going on in there, and sometimes you just throw out the care and the health part of it. But when it gets as serious as that one got, you can see the look on everyone's face, really, really care about himself and really, really being concerned with him.
Yeah, there will be a delay right now as the paramedics are dealing with Tremaine Williams. So we will not continue tonight until the paramedics are back here ringside here at Team Combat League.
But being in the sport for as long as I've been in it, I can't recall seeing such a late reaction to a punch. I can't recall seeing the antics that we just got to see. You know, it was definitely difficult to watch, but it was just a little bit different than I've actually ever seen. I've been to many of different cage fights and MMA and boxing, and that was one of the wildest reactions that I've seen to a punch in my career.
Yeah, we don't need to see the replay of when he collapsed. We will not be showing that. But Bubba, we were talking about the fight. Let's talk about the fight that we did see a minute and a half in. And you had mentioned that Williams came out really aggressive early on, and then he stopped.
Yeah, he took a back seat, it looked like. You know, he came out as the referee was holding people back. He looked like he was about to run across, like he was so ready to get in there. And then after about a minute and a half, he said, he just took a back seat and didn't look like he was very offensive at the time.
And you mentioned it, you noticed it right away that he wasn't offensive, and then that's when he fell to his knees, fell face first, and that's when immediately the paramedics jumped in. Actually, the doctor right next to us jumped in, knocked down the table, get in there, and then they attended to Tremaine Williams. So here's what we do know. Tremaine Williams taking off on the gurney. His eyes were open in front of us. We did see that.
Oh, man, that was very, very terrifying. It was very scary. And, Coach, when that happened, you immediately yelled, he's having a seizure, and put him on his back.
Yeah, so I have seizure disorder, guys. These were all the signs of a seizure because it wasn't off of a strike. There's a pause after the strike before it for like 5 or 6 seconds. And whenever you have a seizure, your head automatically goes from one place to the middle place because you're trying to figure everything out in your brain. And the way he fell and then recovered, first off, let's hope and pray for him and his family, everybody that's worried about him. That's the most. Team Combat League is completely about safety, so let's pray for his safety. But I'm willing to bet that it was a seizure, and just hope and pray he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was odd. I thought he was showboating because it kind of seemed like, I thought he was showboating, and next thing you know, he falls like face first.
And Coach, when you said that to me, I have had a seizure in a fight gym before, And people said to me, Coach, we thought you were fooling around and showboating.
Oh.
Well, it explains why he was kind of backing up a lot.
Yes.
Because I'm like, what's going on? It's just this round. You have to kind of fight.
Yeah.
And so he must have just been feeling not healthy as that round started.
Yeah. Once again, our thoughts and prayers for him, his family. I'm sure he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, it was good sign. There was good signs that he was moving. His eyes were open. So I mean,
the doctors, referees, everybody handled it really good.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to show the replay. It's very, tacky. It's just we hope that Tremaine is in good health and moving forward, and even for Ryan Allen, because I even tapped. I was like, oh my God, did he get knocked out? But I was like, oh, and it was just Weird.
Yeah,
it was very, very strange. Not the best way of starting a TCL the way that you want, but hey, like Bubba said, it is the fight game, and it is dangerous.
It's a good thing when they got him out, he was breathing, he was responding.
His eyes were alert.
Yeah.
Which makes me even more say it's a seizure, because when I have a seizure, I'm literally out to the world. I can hear people, but I'm out to the world. But my eyes come back. And you feel like you ran a marathon after a seizure. Your whole body goes, your muscles go through contractions and all that stuff. That's another reason why I thought see how his whole body crawled up like that?
Oh, that's terrifying. Well, I mean, all of you that are tuning in, into the Zone, we are watching TCL here at Thunder Studios in Long Beach. We just went through the first fight, or part of it, but we will resume once everything's settled down. God, I mean, it's so hard.
I ran ringside just to make sure. I wanted to see how he was reacting.
You're a true fighter, Coach.
And I ran ringside, and so I just wanted to see if he was breathing, if he was responding. So he kind of opened his eyes. It looked like he was fine. They got him on the stretcher good. So, good thing that the paramedics responded right away. Yeah.
So if you guys are following along, it was the first fight, and that card of the fight was a 10-10 round.
So they called it a 10-10?
It's a 10-10, yeah. Because there would...
Not a way that you want your 10 points, but Las Vegas in a situation where they're in a must-win for these playoff situations. Once again, I'm sure Jeff Mayweather or David Hayes, the other coach, great coach of the team, doesn't want the points that way.
Of course.
But we are where we are.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is a competition, but as long as everyone is in good health. But after that, once the fights resume, we're going to have Rakhmatuliev. It's so weird transitioning into fight, because I don't want to be disrespectful or.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
very hard situation for everyone.
It really is, but I don't want to continue to talk about his seizure, because I don't want to put that energy out there even more.
Agreed.
But there are some really good fights on this card. Rakhmatuliev, this guy he was one of the guys I told you earlier. He likes to set up his shots, but he learned early on the first season, you don't have time to set your shots up. You need to go in and knock them out.
No, for
and
sure.
they learned how to do that. So he's going to be fighting Esteban Partida. And when, I ran into Price Taylor and 10-8. 2 knockdowns is 10-7, and knockdown on each side goes to a judge's decision. And then also Team Combat League concept. The concept is easy. They fight 1 round, all action-packed rounds, no setting up shots. You need to figure your opponent right there and then. It's 1 or 2 matches per boxer, and fight weight classes: the featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light, heavyweight, and heavyweights. And the females are featherweight and welterweight, and they fight 3-minute rounds just like the men. So the 12 teams, so we're going to find out. But right now we're going to send it back to Jeremiah Gallegos.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to round number 2 at 135. Representing the Las Vegas Hustle, here is Esteban Partida. And representing New York, here is Sherbek Rakhmatuliev. Our referee in charge, David Sullivan.
All right, we get ready for our second round. Tremaine Williams under paramedics care right now after having a seizure, is what we were told in the first round against Ryan Allen. And Tremaine Williams, the last time he was in the ring was April of 2023. That's where he lost a 10-round decision. That was in Connecticut of 2023. As far as the TCL, he fought 1 round in April against Matan Martinez, and that was a round that went the distance. That was April 20th at the 2300 arena. So he had one round this year, did Tremaine Williams. So our thoughts and prayers are with Tremaine Williams from the Mighty Midget, the nickname out of New Haven, Connecticut, the 31-year-old. Referee came over, and David Sullivan, and he explained to us, he said, I thought he was messing around, that he did not get hit, and the delayed reaction from Williams is when he went down. But he said he was looking at him, and he thought he was just like how you thought. Like he thought he was showboating. But
Showboating a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of a wonderful insight that we got from Robert back there is, he's dealt with Caesars in his career, and to hear him talk about just the different types of ways that he can get through it and what may happen was very insightful.
Yeah. Again, we're not going to play doctor here ringside, but we will say what we saw when Tremaine Williams was taken off on the stretcher in front of us. He had his eyes open. But again, great job by the doctors and the paramedics jumping into that ring immediately once they saw Williams having a seizure, as we were told here ringside. The California Commission is getting together, making sure that we have the paramedics here. So the paramedics are back, and we are ready for our second round. Esteban Partida in the gold for the Las Vegas Hustle. David Sullivan will be the referee again. Sherbek Rakhmatulia in the green is in there for the New York City Attitude as we pick up our action here from Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. As the fighters.
Good punch right there from New York. Nice little left hand that landed. A little bit wild, but he's got some good movement, and he's sticking and moving very beautifully.
Yeah, Sherbek's the southpaw, landing a good left. This Partida coming aggressive. Sherbek had 20 rounds in the TCL this year. 2-0 from Uzbekistan, now living in Brooklyn, New York. He's in the corner, trying to load up his punches. Does land a nice uppercut, and he's thrown back into the ring, into the corner by Esteban Partida.
Yeah, it's good action going back and forth here. I mean, he's doing a wonderful job of being pitted in that corner, but still punching his way out. He landed a big punch right there. Esteban's doing a great job keeping him there, but he's not being very effectively offensive.
Esteban from Merced, California, representing Las Vegas Hustle. He's got 4 fights. He's won 2 and 1.
Yeah, it looks like Esteban wants to get the volume up, just beat him with volume. More punches and bunches. Took a mean uppercut right there.
Esteban 2 and 2 in Team Combat League. He's rugged. He'll go and trade with you. I like his style in the goal, Esteban Partida.
Yeah, Esteban helped me with my camp this time around, so I'm pretty excited to see what his night looks like. I know how good of a boxer he is, and, to see him pin a guy in the corner right here and not be offensive is not really much like him.
Yeah, Team Combat League, if you know you only got one round to fight, you're going to go for it, and that's what Partida does. And this style suits a lot of guys because you just unload for those 3 minutes. Sherbek in green for the New York City Attitude.
And I remember Sherbek from last year, really good fighter for the champion team in New York. And, it's good to see him come back this year.
Coming up next, Darian Castro and Ryan Pino, a veteran Puerto Rican. Good shots landed by Sherbek. He gets in and out. But he likes working off the ropes. So Sherbek trying to counter with the uppercut in the green.
Yeah, he does like working off the ropes. Not really a thing that we would like as coaches, right? You want your fighter in the middle, but he's doing some really good work.
That first round between Allen and Williams was scored at 10-10. Ronna Galloway lets us know there's 10 seconds in the round, our timekeeper tonight. And Partida, rugged, I said it. You can use him in the MMA world and look at that.
A little bit street fight right there.
I was looking at some of the highlights from that round.
In the corner, he's delivering some punches, and then boom, hits him with a good uppercut. Stayed offensively sound. Again, he hits him with a beautiful left hand, and he was always going to that left hook that came a little bit out of nowhere, it seemed. But Esteban did a good job of getting his offense off. It's going to be a hard round to score because one guy had volume and one guy had damage.
As we'll wait for Jeremiah Gallegos to let us know who won that round.
I think that's going to New York.
We'll see.
In my opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, New York takes the last round to nine the score.
All right, so New York got that round. So Sherbet gets the round for New York. Now that man in gold with the funky hair, the lime green hair, that's Darian Castro. Cuban. He's a fun fighter, got a lot of swag to him.
Absolutely.
He's undefeated as a pro, undefeated in TCL.
We go to round number 3 at 147, representing
Very
Las Vegas, here is Darian Castro. And representing New York, here is Ryan Pino. Our referee, David Sullivan.
Castro does have one stoppage in the TCL. Pino, a veteran Puerto Rican. This is a good scrap right here.
Absolutely.
Castro the southpaw. And right away they're stepping on each other's toes, Bubba. Orthodox and southpaw.
That orthodox southpaw is that rivalry game. It's if you left hand versus right hand, right? You got to, double leg right there, huh? Get a little mixed martial arts in there. They saw Bubba Jenkins in the crowd, yeah. Oh, good step in right there with his 3-2. Trying to be a little bit more accurate with that, I believe. He can do some damage. Castro has always had really good motion, really good movement, and offensively sound, man. Love watching him fight.
Pino, the 28-year-old Puerto Rican. Bronx is where he was born. He got 25 fights under his belt. He had a good fight I called back in 2018 against Danielito Zorrilla. Puerto Rican with Coda Promotions, also about Mexican Olympian Raul Curiel. He's been on the Golden Boy show. He's been on some big cards as Pino. And Darian Castro, the 21-year-old Cuban. I tell you, this kid is flashy, very confident. He's got a bright future.
Absolutely. Good offense and good counter punching right there. And he's just walking the guy down. He's just walking Pino down to each corner. From corner to corner, he's walking him down and not really afraid of his offense. Very defensively sound.
And there you see Castro, who will come back in the money rounds, attacking the body. And these two will be fighting in the money round. So this is also, Bubba, when you know that you have somebody later on, you don't always show all your arsenal.
Absolutely. You win the round how you can win it, but if you can download a little bit of that information for the money rounds, then you can definitely have a little bit of the advantage by knowing what you need to do.
But we also know Darian Castro, it's he goes for it all right away.
He puts it all out there every time. It's exciting.
I like his style. There's some good Cubans in the Team Combat League.
A nice uppercut right there and a rip to the body.
I asked him, what's up with the hair? He's like, I like it. You like it? I'm like, yeah, I do. What are we going to do? Tell him no?
It's part of his style. It's part of his bravado. You'll see that a lot in the combat world where guys just, switch things up. Maybe an opposite shoe, maybe some hair colors, maybe some tattoos. We're a different bunch, you could say.
Maybe that 1-2 to the body that he's been very confident with is Darian Castro. A little smirk on his face for the Las Vegas fighter in gold.
Good slip right there. Knew he was coming, hands down, walking him down.
Pino's a savvy fan. He knows what's up. They'll see each other later on in the money round as Castro gives him the nod.
They both had some fun in there.
Yeah. Look at the highlights here, Bubba Jenks.
Yeah. 1-1 uppercut with a hook over top, man. It was a beautiful right hand to a left hand uppercut. That's what you get from southpaw. A lot of confusing left hands. Boom, another left hand uppercut, finishing with a right hook.
And
he
now,
had a
ladies
lot
and
of volume.
gentlemen, we are set for round number 4 at 160. Representing Las Vegas Hustle, here is Ronnie Ostia. And representing New York, here is Lasha Gurgulani.
Looking for the score
Las
here.
Vegas takes the last round. 10-9 the score.
So Darian,
29-29, tied up.
so Darian Castro ties it up at 29 for the Las Vegas squad. Ronnie Oskan and the gold for the Hustle. The attitude represented by Lasha Gugliani from Georgia, the country of Georgia. He's a southpaw. He's a veteran fighter.
I was just talking about us fighters, being a little bit different and switching it up. Like we said, he's got different shoes on. Some guys got green hair. And, you just got to kind of get into your mode, get into your bravado, whatever that may be. Sometimes it takes the shoes.
These two will be coming back later on. So they get 2 rounds for each other. Normally it's 24 rounds, but because of fighters falling out, we will only have 18 rounds in this one, battle between the Las Vegas Hustle and New York City Attitude. So it's very important to build up points, build up a lead quick.
Yeah, very aggressive is New York. Lasha Gugliani, he's very aggressive, He's stepping on that gas pedal, coming after Ronnie. And Ronnie does a really good job of being very hard to hit. He's very elusive, but he's got to get some punches off in order to change the judges' opinions. Good left hook right there.
Lasha with the body in the green. A little herky-jerky style, the way he moves in.
Yeah, like a little bit of a load up, He kind of gets his body going before he actually gets going.
That one was to the ribs of Oscar, and he felt that on the right side. Halfway through the round. Attitude in green, Vegas in gold. Team Combat League in Southern California. Last night, Dallas. Tonight, City of Angels.
Oh, good uppercut right there by Ronnie. Caught him on the way in.
They countered with it, but the Georgian fighter does not stop coming, Bubba.
Not at all. Very, very much on the gas pedal. Looking for the punch and the hunt.
And, you got a round later on with him tonight. Don't want to show the entire arsenal.
Yeah, it seems like some of these guys do hold back so they can have a better round later. Oh, good right hand, but he got it countered. A lot of power out of Lasha.
Yeah. Loading up.
A little bit wild, a little bit loading, but he definitely is getting the punches off, and he's effective. Moving Ronnie back a little bit.
Lasha with that Eastern European experience. This was still up for grabs.
Yeah, with 15 seconds left, I don't really know who's winning. Good straight right to a check hook. Beautifully done.
All right, it was tied at the end of 3. One of the judges going to favor. We'll see these two later on.
Yeah, good punches here, good loading up. Ronnie hit him with a nice right hand right there, but then got countered. So like we said, man, it's anybody's fight. A lot of these guys are going back and forth.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Round number 5 at 160, representing the Hustle, introducing Sharif Rahman. And his opponent representing New York, Ivan Karlou.
Be interesting to see who won that one.
New York takes the last round, 10-9 for your score, 39-38 New York.
All right, so Lasha gets the round 4. The New York City Attitude in green. And now representing the Ukraine is Ivan Golub. Golub, 35 years old. A couple rounds in the TCL. The Volk is his name, actually. 16 KOs, 21-1. But his last fought in 2022. Now living in Brooklyn, New York is where the New York City Attitude Squad is based.
Rodman trying to give him a little bit of options, trying to give him a little bit of a look so that he can counter where he wants to counter. A little leap in and miss, but he looks like he wants to be the counter puncher here.
Sharif Rahman. You know him well, Bubba.
Yeah, he's the brother of the other Rahman, right?
Yeah, Hassan Jr.
It was good to see those guys tonight. There's a lot of the Rodman's brothers.
He's a 27-year-old.
Good right hand. He's got to commit a little bit better. A little headbutt right there from Southpaw, an Orthodox guy, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, Sharif 8-0, 4 KOs.
Sharif's got to be a little bit more accurate with that right hand. I see him trying to land it as Ivan comes in. He's just not as accurate as he wants to be.
Yeah, if you're just watching TCL for the first time, coming up next, the heavyweights. Mama Rowe, don't go anywhere. They're waiting for you, the big boys. They give heavyweights 3 minutes. They don't want to use them all.
A little bleeding out of that eye from Ivan, from the headbutts right there, from the clash of the heads. I wonder if that changes his aggression.
Now, when you are cut in TCL, judges, the referee immediately takes you to the doctors and they'll check on you. And we've had fighters who are scheduled to fight, as these two later on in the money rounds, unable to go because of cuts. So, extreme caution taken.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Team Combat League. There is no tomorrow a lot of times. We got to get it done and get it done right now. So if you get cut or you get knocked out, there might not be a later round for you. So it matters what you do right now.
It's a scoring system. You're on your screen. Standing system, just like a professional league. And towards the end, it all culminates with the Mega Brawl. But you got to be one of the top teams in order to get into the playoffs. Because in the Mega Brawl, that's where the big mega money is at. And the fighters know that.
Yeah, they want that money. They want that belt.
Yeah, they get paid for each fight. But when you're in the playoffs, there's more money. Just like in baseball, basketball, you get those playoff shares.
And it means more to you as an individual. It means more to your team, and you're representing your city. Let's not forget that. These guys are representing Vegas, representing New York.
Oh, another clash of heads. Ugh.
Yeah, Even's getting the worst of that clash.
We'll see. We'll check him out in the money round. That's depending what the doctors do. Yep, and the doctors immediately on the corner waiting for Ivan Gould. Bubba, we see the highlights.
Yeah, he's in the corner trying to get his offense going, but he wasn't as accurate as he wanted to be. Rushed him a little bit, got Ivan back on his back foot. But Ivan was running forward and really ripping, punching. A lot of volume from New York right there. I think Rockman's got to be a little bit more aggressive if he wants to have another round.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the final round in the lunch rounds. At 201, we introduce to you from the Las Vegas Hustle, Patrick Mailata. And representing New York, Earl Newman.
Mailata is a knockout monster.
Yeah, he went viral a couple weeks ago in this same ring when he knocked out Greg Hardy nasty. Got a new referee. That's Gerard White, veteran here in California. Mailata, the Oos from Samoa. And South Auckland, New Zealand.
The Las Vegas Hustle, take it 10-9 for your score. 48-48 tied up.
That was a different read. I didn't see that one like that.
Sharif Rahman got it. So Patrick Mailata. And just goes for the gusto.
And there is no fill out with Patrick Mailata. There is only punches and bunches.
Yeah, the heavyweights, they might have a jab, but we don't see it that often.
Right.
And Mailata gets tagged by Newman.
He got tagged over the ear right there.
Newman gets hit on a big swing and a miss from Mailata. The Samoan is going for it.
You can feel the weight in the crowd and in every punch. You can hear it and feel it. Love being ringside for the big boys.
Inspired by David Tua, the interview we did with him. Check it out on the Team Combat League YouTube page. Mailata played rugby when he was 8 years old, and he said in the village, one of the few TVs was on, and he saw David Tua. He was like, I want to do that. Here he is, Team Combat League. 6-2 outside of Team Combat League.
Oh,
big left hook.
Big left hook, and he's trying to clear out so he can get it going again.
Yep.
Beautiful boxing right there from Mailata.
Team Combat League President Dewey Cooper has his phone out. He's recording this along with everybody else.
Well, because we know he might go viral again. He keeps throwing those overhands and hooks.
They're the big shots. Everybody. Instagram is magic_mylata. I know Cynthia Conte, our host, was talking about, how do you say his name? Cynthia, it's Mylata. Pay attention,
beautiful.
woman.
Oh,
Because he just dropped him.
He's down. Good punches right there. Malata just didn't stop. Newman thought that there was going to be a referee's breakage or something.
And it's over.
And it's
a
over.
10-7 round for Las Vegas. Patrick Mylata knocks out Earl Newman. Big points for the Las Vegas Hustle. And we will see Mylata later on in the money rounds when he takes on Bryce Taylor. Let's look at the replays, Bubba.
He's got that George Foreman card, and he comes with the mean left hook to the body. Oh, right over that ear is where he got him.
Oh. I can't hear him. I hear the truck. I don't hear.
Good job by Malata being on it right there. He was very aggressive. Didn't let him get out of that corner without getting that 10 points. 10-7 for Malata, and David Hayes over there with Team Vegas looks really happy about that performance.
There's a Patrick Mylata. Cynthia Conte, I told you. Magic_Mylata.
I got it. Mylata. I got it. Okay.
Woo! Because when you're knocking people out like that, I'm not going to get his name wrong.
You better get his name right.
Oh, Conte.
You are right. You don't mess with them heavyweights. But here, this is okay. These are the points right now. New York City Attitude 58 and Las Vegas Hustle 55. This is a must-win for Las Vegas Hustle 55. The reigning champions, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up because they're so low on the standings. But okay, you've experienced your first launch rounds. Gabe Rosado, thoughts? What did you think?
No, it's dope, man. And then we get the big knockout by Mylata. You know what I mean? It's not hard for me to remember his name because it sounds like a Puerto Rican drink that we call Malta.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, who predicted this?
Right? I mean, we knew, but credit to Earl. He went in and he caught him.
He caught him a few times.
He caught him a few times.
Which just shows me how animal Malata is.
Yes.
Because not only can he give a punch, he can take a punch.
Absolutely. You know, the one thing I did say, I wish, you could take the, yeah, we totally want to see the knockout again.
For sure.
But Mylata, he loves to swing and wailing punches. There we go. There with a wailing shot, body shot.
He worked that body beautiful.
Yeah, he did.
That's a great body shot right
But
there.
to the top, to the bottom, and to the head. Look, and that's when, he's down. Norman is down. I mean, we should have just waved it off. There's no
I just knew he wasn't
standing
going to
eight
get up. I
count.
even said
There's
to coach, I
nothing.
said, he's not going to get up.
Yeah. But he's now 6-0 right now. Look at that. He's
That's
like,
that's an equilibrium shot because it's like right here on the ear.
Yeah.
Those are the shots that just take
You're-
your legs
you're
out.
The ones
Yeah.
you don't see hurt you the most.
yes. Wow, that was a very interesting beginning for TCL here on DAZN in the launch round. I can't wait for you to see Patrick again because he gets to fight again.
Yeah, I agree.
But let's talk about the card, right? So Rakhmatuliev, it was a 10-9 and he was fighting off the ropes. He did use his skills, but he was much quicker off the ropes. That's the first one.
I agree.
Yeah. And then we had Cuban versus Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I know you were rooting for the Puerto Rican.
I know him too. That's my boy. But you know the Cuban, he did land some good counters and he was setting them up good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, and then we also had Sharif Rahman. Oh no, excuse me, Lasha Gugliani and Ronnie Ascion. Well, we're not sure the headbutts. That was the other one. That was Rahman. But
Yeah.
Gugliani,
Yeah,
and there was two of them.
Yeah, there was two headbutts. So as you know, that if they're headbutts, there's another fighter. If they're going to be fighting in the next round, they're going to be replaced because they immediately go to the doctors.
Once they're cut,
yeah,
you're pretty much not going to make that second round.
Yeah, because we know cuts open up easily, and it's not there's no time to heal in the next couple minutes. Sharif Rahman and Ivan Golub, Hasim Rahman Jr.'s brother. What did you think of his performance?
He landed some good counters. He was setting them up, and Ivan, he was a little off balance, so he was falling into those counter shots.
Yeah, what did you think, Coach?
That is the perfect assessment, Coach. I completely agree with you that it was one of those situations. He put his body in the wrong place for the right time for the other guys. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to see Rakhmatuliev in the middle rounds. What do you want to see from Rakhmatuliev this time? He's facing Joseph Macedo. We're going to be going into the middle round soon.
Okay.
So he's going to be fighting. And we're not going to, obviously, Tremaine Williams, I'm not sure who's going to be fighting Sean Brewer, so we're going to see who the replacement is. But Sherbet Rakhmatuliev, he fought earlier, so he's going to be fighting Joseph Macedo. What would you like to see of him in this?
I would just like to see more production, cutting more angles, sharper, quicker, crisper punches. It's such an exciting league. You want the knockouts, but you also have to do your pugilism. You have to have your boxing IQ at a higher level. You want that knockout, but you don't want to give a knockout to get knocked out.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm noticing that I think is really important, that the guys are sitting watching the fights ringside. You need to be shadow boxing, doing jumping jacks, doing something to keep your body warm. So when the next fight starts, you're in a rhythm, because they're kind of starting a little slow.
Well,
they're in that chair sitting.
Well, hold your thoughts, guys. We got to throw it to a commercial.
Let's go.
We'll be right back.
He's getting his win back right here. Can Fernandez steal the round for the snipers? Yeah, Paul. He put his combinations together. And that's a beautiful. This is different than strategy. Start back.
And you're gonna know my name. Make them all go insane. Smile at you haters, just stack up this pavement. Just me and them not the same. I got a monster inside of me. I got a monster inside. Don't wanna see all that side of me. Really, there's nowhere to hide.
Oh, right hand from the left. Rock Harris.
Moves like a clown nowhere.
On the part of DC. That right hand down. Take that. Oh, my goodness, they return. And this one's over. And now, fight fans, we are set for the middle rounds. We introduce to you at 135, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, Joseph Macedo. And representing the New York Attitude, Sherbet Rakhmatuliev. Our referee in charge, Gerald White.
All right, we get ready to go for our middle rounds. Gerard White, our referee, Dr. Lou Moret. Edward Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, Sean.
Give New York a little bit of an advantage because, Sean Brewer is one of the best fighters for Las Vegas. For him not to get his round in there, is a little bit disadvantaging for the Las Vegas Hustle.
Yeah, he was scheduled to fight Tremaine Williams. Williams, we were told, had a seizure in the first round, taken to the hospital by our paramedics, who jumped on the scene immediately. Fight night continues. The Las Vegas Hustle on top of the New York City Attitude, 68-65, as we're in the middle rounds. Macedo's very aggressive. I know you train with a lot of these guys in Vegas, Bubba, and he's a kid. I've
watching him recently, I like the way he just comes out really aggressive.
Absolutely, and he probably got a little bit of information to download because we've seen Sherbeck already. You know, he's fought as a teammate earlier, so he's getting a little bit of download on the things that he's good at, the things he should be aware of. That left hook, he's not landing as much as he was against the other Las Vegas Hustle guys. So, you know, good job by Joseph Macedo coming out, correcting those things without having fought yet.
Yeah, coaches decide who is going to fight and where. So it's just like if you're on the blacktop, all right, I'm going to take him, you take him, I take him, you take him. That's what they do. So the coaches try to figure out where they want to stagger their flyweight or the middleweight or their heavyweights or their females. There are no females between the Vegas and New York City team tonight, but there usually is.
Yeah,
no fights fell off.
And that's a big thing with the coaching. You know, you think that, you know, a lot of these times that, you know, coaches just come to the ring and they just let their fighters go. No, you got to match them up correctly. You got to know what the matchups are, and you got to know that matchups make fights.
Like Sherbeck fought round 2 and now round 8. You know, a lot of coaches will save a fighter for their second time in the money round, because in the money round, if you get the knockout, that's
big points,
huge.
big money.
Yes, sir.
That left hook from Sherbeck is a really good one, and I love seeing it as a southpaw myself. I love seeing that left hook. It comes around the guard, but Joseph Macedo has done a really good job of stifling that left hand.
Yeah, so the coach will pick, like, for example, say Vegas said, okay, I'm going to put Macedo in this round, so it's up to the opposing coach to figure out who they want to match up with them, because some coaches have multiple fighters in that division.
Yeah, that's the one thing. They got to be the right weight. They got to be the same weight. So it's not like, you know, we're giving Sean Brewer an upper weight guy, but it is an understanding that you got multiple guys at the weight classes, and sometimes you switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, they do have the weight classes, and they do weigh in the day before. Everything's just like a sanctioned fight. It is a pro league.
This is the pros. They get paid for it. Everybody, you know, a lot of those amateurs that get on the stage tonight get their pro debut handled, you know. So it's a lot of wonderful things going on for the younger guys in the boxing world.
So Macedo and the Uzbek Sherbeck battle back and forth.
Very unassuming round.
Yeah. Beto Duran here, Bubba Jenkins. You'll be seeing him on ESPN next week?
ESPN next week.
Woo, with the
PFL.
All right, you get going. And you know, one thing about this, though, Bubba, is the action goes by so fast, so fast, and you can hear the teams cheering each other on. That attitude, I know you love it, man.
Love it. And New York Attitude came out with the right attitude earlier, but it seems like Las Vegas Hustle has beat them to the punch a little bit.
And now in the standing-wise,
ladies and gentlemen, we go to the next round. At 147, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, here is Israel Taylor. And representing the New York Attitude, introducing Ryan Zapoteka. Ladies and gentlemen, your score as the New York Attitude take it 10-9. The score 77-75, Las Vegas on top.
Couldn't tell you who won that round by watching it. Very close round to judge, and I'm glad I'm not a judge. I'm glad I get to talk about it.
And the judges gave it to the side of the New York Attitude, who now trail by 2. We're mentioning the standings. New York towards the bottom of the standings. They need to win the night to try to stay in playoff contention. And coming out swinging hard is Ryan against the 21-year-old Israel Taylor from Las Vegas.
And they traded very well, good punches there. But Ryan took a little bit of the punch and gave it back. It was good to see from him. Israel has been Las Vegas Hustle's one of the bright lights. And I love watching him as much as we like watching any of the other guys. But he's such a young and really good IQ fighter. So it's wonderful to see someone so young but also be very composed in there.
Ryan's only 19 years old, South Fallsburg, New York. And he's going to trade with the 21-year-old Israel Taylor. And you can hear the New York team behind us making some noise, hooting and hollering.
Yeah, Ryan's doing a very good job against Israel Taylor. Landing and throwing heavy punches, getting out of the way. It's the beautiful boxing science that we call it.
As Bubba said, you fight for TCL, you're a pro, cannot go back to the amateurs.
Everybody's getting paid. Everybody you see get it on tonight is getting paid. So it's good to see these guys, you know, make a little living. Some of these guys don't have fights coming up and not doing anything. So to jump into TCL to get some of these rounds is good for your fighting IQ.
Long jab from Israel Taylor. He's the barber. He's cutting everybody's hair on the Las Vegas Hustle side. He is a licensed barber, started cutting as a teenager, started boxing when he was 8 years old.
That's a little oxymoron. The guy with all the long hair.
Oh, yeah.
Guy who hasn't seen a barber in a while is the barber.
Well, he's busy cutting hair, man.
It's a really good
matchup.
fight. Yeah, absolutely. With 1 minute left, I can't tell you who's winning because I believe Israel is doing the better job of boxing, but Ryan's doing a better job of just simply fighting. He's getting hit and hitting back. You know, it's a good thing to see. They don't just fold up.
Vegas with a 2-point lead. The hustle in gold. Exchanging hooks.
Yeah, trading hooks. I think Ryan had a better one right there.
Yeah, this is the one you're like, man, if this was a good 4-rounder, these guys would be battling back and forth. The 19-year-old, the 21-year-old.
And a lot of us would still be here to watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely a great fight.
That's what Team Combat League's about, giving these young fighters some exposure, a chance to get some rounds, make some money.
And win a champion, win a team belt. You know, not many team belts in boxing.
Ten seconds to go in the round. A close one between Las Vegas Hustle and New York City Attitude. Woo!
Good exchange right there.
That's the way to finish.
Going high, going
Smile
low.
at each other.
Wonderful round by both of those guys. I might want to think New York might have won that one.
See the highlights for this one.
Getting punched and punching back. Israel's coming out all aggressive and trying to land his punches, and Ryan did a great job of punching back and interrupting those punches. It's a good job by the young man, Ryan. Trades. They had really wonderful trades. Gonna be a hard round. We might have seen Israel go down. Like, I wouldn't say for the first time, but Israel might have took a loss right there, an unexpected one.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to round number 10 at 147, representing Las Vegas Hustle. Here is Alan Medina. And representing the New York Attitude, Marcus Davidson. Our referee in charge, Gerald White. Ladies and gentlemen, the last round taken by Las Vegas 10-9 with your current score, Las Vegas 87, New York Attitude 84.
Good round. It was a little hard to judge in my opinion, but it was a good round.
So Israel Taylor did enough to get the round for the Las Vegas Hustle with a 3-point lead now. Alan Medina, the southpaw, trying to extend for the Hustle. It's Marcus Davidson in the green for the New York City Attitude.
Both of these fighters fought last year for the TCL, and it's good to see them both coming back. I know Alan Medina and watch him constantly in the gym, and he's very tricky southpaw.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how Israel Taylor and Ryan Zempo come back in the money rounds. They're the second to last round. So if they win at it like that, imagine when it's the final and the money is on the line.
Absolutely. And that was the first time I saw Israel get, touched up a little bit, but him still winning the round might give him a little bit of understanding in those money rounds.
Medina and Marcus Davidson.
Oh, got clipped right there, did Medina.
They're only going to fight once. This is the only round for them.
Yeah, the thing about TCL is there are not many feel-out rounds. There's 3 minutes of getting after it.
There's no feeling out. You saw the heavyweights earlier.
They really come after it for the knockout punch. Some of these guys, they like to get their IQ going, like to get their flow going and get in that motion. And then some of these guys just don't care about that at all.
Well, that's a different story too, Bubba. You say that because some of these fighters have experience, some with over 20 fights. So they're used to, okay, I'm going to have 4 or 8. Some of those guys are 8, 10 round fighters.
Right.
And here, you only get one, and you better get going quick.
And your team's looking at you like, what is that? What are we doing? We need the points. There's only 3 minutes, so it can't be a conditioning thing, or it shouldn't be. And, you want to see these guys really get after it and push that pace.
And they attack early, and you got to get going. You can't think, okay, I can let this one go. No, you can't even give it a second away.
Yeah. Allen's doing a good job of keeping that jab, but Marcus is doing a good job of scoring when he needs to score.
Yeah, the veteran fighters like Medina and Davidson bid their time. The youngsters, as expected, they're running around with their head cut off.
It's good to see, though. Styles make fights. Right here, we see an aggressive Ali Medina coming forward with the southpaw stance, and then you see a defensive counterpunching Mark Davis from the orthodox stance. So, like we said, matchups make fights, and this is one of those left or right. Who you got?
And I was talking to some of the judges, California judges, like, how do you score? They're like, it's different because you see something different every single round. So you got to treat every round like it's just the only round you're going to see.
Yeah.
And you just throw out what you saw before, move on.
Fresh start for all fighters once you get that
This is going to
clap.
be an interesting one for the judges.
Ooh, good overhand right there. Hard to tell sometimes when there's not much going on in the round. You don't get the crowd involved. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what the judges see.
Ivan Guillermo, Eddie Hernandez, and Fernando Villarreal are the judges for that one.
Starting to push that scale a little bit. We're getting to the bigger guys. Love to see that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for our next round at 160. Representing Las Vegas Hustle, Kwame Ritter. And representing the New York Attitude, Luis Pita Oliva. Our referee in charge, Ivan Guillermo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to recognize your score, 10-9, which goes to the Las Vegas Hustle with your current score, Las Vegas 97, New York Attitude 93.
New York Attitude running out of time. They're now down by 4.
And we've seen it last week that guys can come back from a 7-point deficit. Those knockout punches really change the dynamics of the fight. Ooh, good left hand in there. It looks like the battle of the tribal tattoos right here.
Kwame Ritter in gold, the Luis Oliva in the green. A 4-point lead, 3 of those big points coming from the knockout of the Samoan, Patrick Mailata, who we will see in round 18 against Bryce Taylor.
Yep. Looks a little bit of, that was the difference in this fight, right? It's a 4-point lead, but those 3 points weighed very, very big.
If you're in New York right now, Bubba Jenkins, you got to just win some rounds, bank some rounds to get close at the end.
Yeah, you got to be on the gas a little bit. It seems like Las Vegas Hustle coming out more aggressive, and New York is being a little bit more of the counter punches. And I've just watched the last couple of rounds where New York just sat back and counter punch and then went away to lose on the judges' cards. So it'd be good to see them get a little bit of a push in their tank because they need it, a little bit of more influence. A little dirty boxing right there. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, Ivan Guillermo separating them.
Good action here in Long Beach Thunder Studios.
Big boys coming up next. Ryan Diaz, who's over 3 bills, and Bryce Taylor for New York. He's about 260, so that'll be a good one in the heavyweight division. Southpaw is Oliva in the green.
How many different southpaw versus orthodox fighters have we seen tonight? You don't normally see it that often, but tonight it seems like it's every other fight you get a southpaw versus orthodox.
They knew you were showing up, Bubba.
Yeah, and I'm still in all the good stuff that I see from the southpaws tonight.
I know you are. And we wish you good luck next week on the PFL. As you make your shine in South Dakota.
Yes, sir.
But right now we're in Long Beach, California, Thunder Studios. Live on the Zone, Team Combat League action. A close one between the Las Vegas Hustle and New York City Attitude. Pita Oliva trying to get the Attitude back in there, trying to win a round.
Right, with 30 seconds
and
left.
he's a right hand.
Ooh.
Uppercut, though, from Oliva. He
Beautiful.
countered.
2
Another
uppercuts.
good uppercut.
Beautiful uppercuts. Way to get in there. Last 30 seconds, and I still believe this round is no one's. So he can keep on that pace with those uppercuts and keep ripping those. He might be able to steal it.
Man, you got me thinking Shane Mosley right now with the tribal tattoos that Ritter has going on.
Yeah. See Mosley all the time in the gym. That's good to have them.
Hey, man, Junior.
Yeah.
Of course, The Rock with his, all the Samoans.
I have one myself.
Oh, do you?
Little Hawaii in my past.
Aloha.
Yeah. Some of the best scrappers you can get in Hawaii.
What
You
up,
know,
Max Holloway?
Yeah, a lot of good Hawaiian fighters. Right here, you see him going high to the head and then going down to the body. What was really good about his punches, though, was those uppercuts. Probably about to see here. Good overhand, and then boom, uppercut again, and then he probably hits him again right here. Boom! 2 times in a row for that uppercut. Beautiful boxing right there. This guy's so big, he had to hop over the cage ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our final middle round. In the heavyweight division, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, here is Ryan Diaz. And representing the New York Attitude, introducing Bryce Taylor.
Should I start booing?
Ladies and gentlemen, the New York
Is he gonna
Attitude
get
take the
going?
last round, 10-9. Your current score, 106-103, Las Vegas Hustle.
So Oliva gets the round for the New York City Attitude. And you hear Bubba saying, should I be booing? Because Bryce Taylor told me in yesterday's interview, I love it when I get booed. As do you, Bubba.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan Davis is coming out with that Patrick Malata ideal of just rush him forward and have him deal with all that weight he's got.
And Bryce Taylor is scheduled to take on Malata in the final round of the money round session.
Yeah, you see Malata over there studying this boxing match right now just so he could be able to be prepared for what Bryce Taylor may bring.
Those Venom gloves look beautiful. How much damage can they do in the heavyweight division? That's the Vegas Hustle in gold have a 3-point lead.
So many different styles in boxing. Ryan Davis doesn't give you that technical sound style that you would love out of some of these smaller guys. But when it comes to getting wins done, he puts that weight on you, puts those heavy punches behind that weight, and he usually tries to come out with the win.
Bryce Taylor representing the New York Attitude. Hear the corner for him telling you got to be fast. Be speed. That's what they're saying to Bryce Taylor. And Diaz is just there, and he ate a shot.
I'm not sure what happened. He got
big
clipped
shot.
again.
Diaz getting clipped.
Yeah, he better hold on because
He's up against the ropes.
that's going to change the score for
Taylor
New
is
York.
attacking. Diaz eating punches.
Big punches there. He's
Diaz
running.
gets shoved across.
He better hold.
He's not. Bryce Taylor attacking. Going to the midsection. Is Taylor overhand right and drops Diaz. A big KO for Bryce Taylor. Diaz got caught. He's looking at Taylor like, I'm good. They're trying to give him the stool, but like, no, yes. They're going to make sure.
Please sit down, my man. Please sit down.
And there he is, upset, cursing up because he got caught.
Yeah, he didn't do the right thing by holding on.
You're right.
He was in danger twice in that round, and he didn't do a good job. He wasn't smart enough to hold on. Here, he can clearly just hold him. He's seeing what's happening to him, and then he takes a big punch. Boom!
That
Right
one right
there.
there.
Yeah. And he should have held on a long time before that punch happened or landed.
You were saying for him to hold on earlier.
Yeah. It's just smart, you know. It's not always about the optics. Sometimes you can't be a tough warrior. The tough warriors get put on their face sometimes. You got to hold and be smart and fight for another day.
Taylor gets up, walks off on his own. That was a shot that cleared him.
Good body shot before
And
that.
now the final round between Patrick Mailata and Bryce Taylor is going to be so good.
Amazing.
Both of them
Amazing.
coming in with 10-7s, and the score gets closer.
Both of the heavyweights.
Bryce Taylor said, boo me. I'm not booing him. I ain't crazy.
And you got to see both of the heavyweights get their
Ladies and
knockouts for their
gentlemen,
team.
the
We're
New
going to
York
see it in the money
Attitude
rounds.
Take the last round, 10-7. For your current score, we are all tied up, 113-113.
All right, the fighters are in the ring, but I think we're going to take a quick break.
just to make sure, as the doctors are checking out Ryan Diaz, err on the side of caution before we move on. All right. Middle rounds. Woo! That's exciting. We're just clearing things up right now. Bethel Durant and Bubba Jenkins here at ringside, just making sure, like, looking across, and Ryan Diaz is getting checked out by the doctors. He's talking, he's fine. Cynthia Conte, we've seen some heavyweights get knocked out. And you know, yesterday was the anniversary when your partner, Gabe Rosado, knocked out Beck the Bully. I'm not saying that went viral, Gabe, but hey.
I remember that so clear. I remember interviewing you. I'm like, you bullied the bully. And that was one crazy knockout.
Yeah.
All right, well, no one's going to knock out the way you knocked out Beck. But look at this. It's tied. Earlier, it was New York City Attitude losing, so there was a discrepancy. The scores were switched, so Las Vegas Hustle was in the lead earlier. But now we are tied up 113-113. Las Vegas needs this win. All right, let's talk about these fights. Are we surprised about the heavyweights?
You know what, man? It was a little bit of a mismatch in the last one, but, you know, Ryan Diaz did what he had to do. He had his sharp right hand, and, you know, that was that.
Yeah. I think that last round was a lot of the coaches, like Jeff Mayweather, David Hayes, they work on that jab constantly, and I think the jab made the difference. Cynthia, you were so right on calling those uppercuts earlier this evening, man. I mean, guys, how exciting is this? This is like crazy exciting. Like, I mean, early in a fight like this, having these rounds, and every round making so much of a difference. Yeah. That last round literally changed the whole complexion of this fight.
Ties it up. It really does. I mean, I talk about it all the time. It's the uppercut. Like you always say, it's the punch you don't see. A lot of them don't ever see that uppercut coming up from the bottom. But I did like it. I was really impressed with some of the fighters. Luis Pita. It was a little Luis Pita Oliva, but it was a little sloppy. Like Beto said earlier, a lot of southpaws and orthodox fighters tonight. And so I'm really looking at their footwork to see where they're placing it. But it's really interesting to see what they're doing in the short amount of time. What fight has impressed you so far in the middle rounds?
In the middle rounds, let's see.
Oh, what did you think of the Israel? That was a fight of the night. That's what they've been pressing.
Which
Israel
one?
Taylor. Oh, okay. So just for fun, here's. Oh, wow.
And guys,
Taylor.
Just to make a point here, what I think is going to happen in this championship rounds, the bonus rounds for this heavyweight fight, I think the problem is going to be, because it's only 3 minutes, is he's going to go to the body on this morning. And I think the body punches he goes for is going to cost him.
Oh, interesting. I mean, because we see it. You see how Price Taylor is going, and this is what he's going to be doing to Patrick in the last round. So will he be able to do that against Patrick? I don't know. We're going to see. Okay.
I mean, Patrick has that style where that one hand is down, like that George Foreman style, one hand's down guarding that body, and he has that counter that'll come over top. So, Gabe, I think that's going to happen. I could be wrong.
I think it'll end up in a knockout.
because you got to pick someone.
Ryan Diaz, he's aggressive, and you know, Mailata wants to knock you out. So does Ryan. So they're both going to come. I think it's going to be a clash.
It is a clash of the Titans for sure.
I favor Mailata because he's the bigger guy. So I favor Mailata in that fight.
Right, and it's like you said, Cynthia. It's a do or die for both teams. It's a do or die. Las Vegas needs to stay in this playoffs contention. New York needs to get some points.
Oh, okay. We'll be right back right after this.
He's getting his win back right here. Can Fernandez steal the round for the snipers? Left hook. He put his combinations together. And that's a beautiful. This is different than strategy. Start back.
make them all go insane. Smile at you haters, just stack up this paper, cause me and them not the same. I got a monster inside of me. I got a monster inside. Don't wanna see all that side of me. Really, there's nowhere to hide.
Oh, right hand from the left. You see the drop. There it is.
Moves like a cat over.
On the part DC. Oh, that right hand. Oh, Nathan. Oh, my goodness, Nathan hurt. And this one's over. And our fight fans, this is the money rounds. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, at 160, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, here is Ronnie Austin. And representing the New York Attitude, Lasha Leone. Our referee, in charge of the action, Ivan Guillermo.
All right, rematch from earlier, won by Lasha Gugliani, the Georgian, for the New York City Attitude, and we're tied up at 113 as we head to the money rounds, thanks to that big KO from Bryce Taylor.
Yeah. And this in the money rounds is where it's all going to make a difference. Ronnie's got to do a better job of putting his team on his back. Lasha came out and won the rounds, and I looked at Ronnie while he was on the side, and he received the fact that he lost 10-9, and he kind of had this confused look on his face like, what are you guys looking at? This is the round that he's going to need to show the refs what they're looking at.
About 20 minutes ago, Lasha was on the ropes, fighting off of the ropes. A completely different approach here now, as he is super active first and jumping all over Ronnie Austin to start off the money rounds.
Yeah, he must know something, and he must have gained something or knowledge in that first round than he did in this than he does now.
I know there's only water ringside, but are you sure there wasn't like a Red Bull or some coffee given to Lasha?
Man, I mean, he's on another pace right now, that's for sure.
I mean, our stage manager has 2 coffees. Maybe he gave one to the fighter.
But Ronnie's got to do a better job of getting himself in this coffee match, right? He's got to do a better job of bringing the energy, not holding. The referee's calling him right now. Get in the fight a little bit, because this is not going to be a countering style. He's going to come forward and try to punch you out.
And the fight has been stopped. What happened?
Shoulder?
Wait. Ivan Guillermo, the referee, said he is stopping it because
that's a massive win.
Wait, because there's a okay. Ivan said he's stopping it because Ronnie Austin has been complaining about his shoulder. You see the referee pointing at his shoulder. Ivan Guillermo has said he has stopped the fight. That's the referee.
That's the fight.
I'll get an explanation for him, because right now that is a. He said, I can't let you go. That's what Ivan is saying. The referee, I'm going to call him over and get him. Ivan.
Because of what he said.
So Ivan Guillermo, the referee, told me that Austin told him he was going to keep on holding because of his shoulder. That's why he wasn't aggressive or throwing punches, a shoulder injury. So Ivan Guillermo said he made the decision, not the fighter. The referee made the decision to stop it, and it's going to go down as a TKO. Referee's decision.
This is the pros. You can't tell them what you want to tell them.
But also, Bubba, the fighter shouldn't have said that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Time to round number 14 at 160, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, Sharif Rahman. And representing the New York Attitude, here is Ivan Golu.
No, neither one of these guys are those people.
But will it go down to 10-8 or 10-7?
Ladies and gentlemen,
10-7.
in the ring representing Las Vegas, Kwame Ritter.
Kwame Ritter.
And representing the New York Attitude, Luis Pita Oliveira.
No score on that one.
So it was a 10-7.
Yeah.
The Attitude get a 10-7. So that's Ivan Guillermo, the referee. If a fighter tells you, I'm going to keep holding because I'm hurt, what are you going to do?
That's exactly what the referee should have done. He should have called it right then and there. I'm surprised he actually even gave him a couple more seconds to punch and find out. But you know, as a boxer, as a fighter, as a combatant, that you cannot tell the referees exactly how you feel. You can't tell them you can't see. You can't tell them your arms hurt. That they're going to call it. It's safety first, especially here at the TCL. Safety first.
As a resident California, called a bunch of fights here in California. The California Commission, the referees are going to be really strict on something like that. So that's the advantage for the New York City Attitude. And Ronnie Austin, we just hope he's fine because that shoulder.
Absolutely.
About it.
And he looked different. You know, I know Ronnie Austin for a couple of years watching the box, and he definitely looked different. I was speaking on the fact that he doesn't look aggressive. He needs to get himself into this fight like Kwame Ritter is doing. He's getting himself into this fight after taking a loss in the last rounds, right? But it just changes everything for TCL, everything for Las Vegas Hustle.
And the fight that was going to happen with Sharif Rockman and Ivan Galoob did not happen because Ivan was cut from the headbutts earlier. Remember, we were wondering if that was going to be a concern?
Yeah.
And that's what it was. So that's where we are with Kwame Ritter and Pita Oliva in the green for the New York City Attitude.
A little advantage for Las Vegas in that because Ivan won the last round. So them not being there is going to put it all on Malata to get a knockout against Taylor.
We still got Darian Castro, Ryan Pino, Israel Taylor, and Ryan Zempo, and then Patrick Mailata, Price Taylor.
And it's going to lead up all the way to that. You know, I think they're going to go back and forth as we're looking at the guys that are coming up and the rounds that they have already had. It's going to go back and forth until either Malata puts Price out or Price puts him out.
And if you're in New York City right now, you want to bank rounds.
Yes. You want to do what you've already done because the guys that are already fighting have already won, and then it's going to come to Price Taylor. So other than the Israel Taylor fight against Ryan, it's going to go back to who can win these rounds real close because a lot of these guys are just going to do what they've already done. Ritter's got to come out and do something different in the next 30 seconds in order to steal this because he lost the last one, and I believe he's losing this one.
Oliva won the fight earlier, or the round earlier in the middle rounds. And Pita Oliva is being really aggressive for New York City Attitude, who have a 3-point lead. Team Combat League in Los Angeles. Uppercut, left hook from Oliva. And New York do enough to get that round. Will they extend their lead? Time running out for the Las Vegas Hustle.
You see him holding that jab out there just to give him a little bit of a distance finder, a little bit of a range finder, and then he's ripping that left hand as a southpaw. Not much accuracy there, but you can still trying to keep that pace and keep that distance with that right hand. Good round there for New York. I believe they won it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce in round number 16 at 147, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, Darian Castro. And representing the New York Attitude, Ryan Pino. The New York Attitude take the last round 10-9 for your current score, 143-139, New York Attitude on top.
Yeah, David Hayes is a little bit upset over there. I can understand that, being that they just had the control, they were winning. And then all of a sudden, money rounds changed everything for Vegas.
But Vegas has the right man in there to get him back, and that's the youngster Darian Castro, the Cuban, 21 years old.
Yep.
When it's time to put on a show, Castro does that. I love his flair. I love his style. I love his swag. I love the way he boxes. This kid is going to have a really long boxing career.
Absolutely. And if he can be the MVP of his team and maybe get some bonus points out of this, maybe not just a 10-9 round, but a 10-8, then you know, he's really doing what he needs to do for Las Vegas Hustle to get back into this fight.
Yeah, telling what we tell, Ryan Pino is a veteran of almost 30 professional fights. He's been around a while. He knows how to make you miss.
Hands down and just clipping. It's good to see.
And the footwork is nice for Castro.
Always has been. The way he moves in and out, the way he puts his hands down and just uses his speed and agility to get out of the way of those punches. That's what makes him a special fighter, because not everybody can fight with their hands down.
Pino's talking. He slips a punch and he's yapping at Castro, the Cuban.
And it seems like Pino had just reserved himself to just taking a loss and not giving up too many big points. And I could see that being something that the coaches may have spoken to him about, being that New York is winning and they're going to come down to some of these bigger fight rounds.
If you lose a round, lose it 10-9, not 10-8.
Right.
And definitely not 10-7. Cuba against Puerto Rico.
And don't tell the ref you're hurt, because then he'll take you out and that'll be a 10-7.
Well, in general. And don't say, I'm going to hold. Got the push down. Life lesson for Ronnie Ostrom.
And for the rest of these guys, you know, you're looking at your teammates to come out here and show some will, show some fight, show some umph for what you guys are representing. And, you know, it's just a little bit disheartening to see some of these guys not really put their team on their back.
Castro's trying.
Oh, good 5, 6, 7, 8. Good 9-punch combination right there.
For the slickster and Pino. That's that veteran savvy, knowing how to avoid that flurry.
Yeah, Ryan looks a little tired. And it looks like he just wants to get out of here with a 9-10 loss.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, because
it's a team concept. Yep.
It is a team concept. You got to do enough for your team not to be hurt, and he's doing enough for his team not to be too hurt. You know, 10-9 ain't bad in his look. Castro seems to always be having a good time.
Yeah.
No matter what. This is another fight we came to see right here. Right hook to the body, and again, just rattling off volume and punches. Punches and bunches is what Castro is known for, and it was just a good display of that as well. And the footwork here.
Yeah, good work from Castro. I'm going to write that one down. That's Castro.
And all fight fans, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Round number 17 at 147. Representing Las Vegas Hustle, here is Israel Taylor. And representing the New York Attitude, Ryan Samboteca. The Las Vegas Hustle take the last round, 10-9 for your current score, 149-152, New York Attitude on top.
All right, so a 3-point difference. Attitude on top by 3, 152-149. Round 17, scheduled for 18 tonight.
And this one has to be for Las Vegas Hustle what it's already been. Israel Taylor's got to show the judges what he's already showed them and win this round. But it was such a close round that he can't give any ground, because New York can not only take this match, but put themselves in the lead to get him out of there. To get Las Vegas Hustle out of there.
Israel Taylor is a must-win round for Las Vegas right now.
Oh, good punch. Good punching right there. Ryan does a good job of just getting hit with clean shots and then being well in position to counter back. He's done it a couple of times.
The 21-year-old Taylor took the round earlier, about 20 minutes ago, from Ryan Samboteca. And you need him now if you're the Hustle, down by 3. Because up next, the heavyweights, Patrick Mailata and Bryce Taylor. If Zempo wins this round for New York City Hustle, they clinch the match.
They clinch it. So Taylor's got to be who he's always been, and that's a winner tonight.
Yeah, a lot on the line for the 19-year-old right now. What a way to carry your team if you can pull this off.
There's a good counter that Taylor missed right there. Good counters. Like I said, he's always in position to counter. He's got good footwork and good defense. But I think Israel's just been a little bit more...
That's a good hook there from the fighter in green from the New York City Attitude.
He could really steal this round.
Yeah,
He really
absolutely.
can. And the way that New York is getting into it and making noise, it could sway the judges a little bit. Everything that Ryan is doing, they're getting behind him. So it could sway the judges into thinking, oh, well, maybe, Israel isn't doing as well as he did last round. Oh, good punch there. That 1-1-2 was a beautiful combination by Israel Taylor.
Fight winding down. We're in round 17 of 18. The round closing. The youngsters, 21-year-old Israel Taylor, 19-year-old Ryan Zempelteka. Back and forth action. Big round.
Good punch there.
Did Taylor do enough? Is that enough right there for Taylor? Woo! Respect to the two young men. Bright future for them in the sport of boxing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A wonderful round. Hard to judge, but I think it's going Israel's way. But I would not be surprised if they liked Ryan and some of the things that he was doing earlier. Good punches right there to end the round. Really put his stamp on it. Got punched back, but that's what happens in boxing. Can hit, but you got to be able to give one.
What'd you tell him?
Coach's decision right there. Yep. They said if they just won the fight, if New York won that round, they're not going to fight Malata, which is understandable because they're up by 4.
And Dewey Cooper's coming over. Dewey, the TCL president, is coming over to talk. But first, we got to get the score.
And now, fight fans, for the final round in the heavyweight division, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, Patrick Mailata. And representing the New York Attitude, Bryce Taylor. The final score in the last round, 10-9. It goes to the New York Attitude, 162-158, New York Attitude.
The coach for New York told Bryce Taylor, we're up by 4. All you need to do is hold on to him. So let's see if he does that.
So the New York City Attitude have won tonight's match. A big night for the Attitude, but right now it's all Patrick Mailata and Bryce Taylor.
And we know what the Malata's looking for.
And this is just a pride fight.
A little 2 takedown right there. A little Penn State wrestling on. Good move right there by Bryce Taylor. Yeah, I don't think Bryce has come to this round to try to win it all.
He doesn't have to because New York City already won.
Absolutely.
So if you're Bryce Taylor, get in there, move around, sweat, respect to the sport, but don't try to engage with Patrick Mailata. And Mailata, at the end of the day, you're competitors and you're in there competing. David Sutler, the referee.
Malata's trying to set up that big punch, and I think he just hit him.
Yep, he landed with the left hook.
The left hook and a right hook to the body, which was a really good one. He knows, though, Bryce Taylor, that is, just has to hold.
But that's also part of the fight game, too, because you have fighters where you're up big, your coaches will tell you, hey, keep your distance, just finish the fight.
Oh, good rip to the
My
body
goodness.
right there.
And Price just rolls his eyes at us.
Got a lot of body to hit.
Price a big dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
College athlete.
And it looks like he's having a good time in there. You know, it doesn't always have to be the scary light brights that you get on the big stages, right? Sometimes even in the brightest of lights, you can have a good time, and you know he's not in a have to win position, so he can, you know, have a little fun in there. Oh, good punch. Malata doing that George Foreman cover and roll, but he's really good with coming out of that shell.
And Price countered and dropped Malata.
Right hand. You're going to see Malata really sprint right now.
Imagine these two going for 12 rounds. Scheduled for 12 rounds. I don't think it would go the distance.
Big punches.
And now it's just pride and ego right here.
Yeah, Malata wants to get that back for sure. Malata has never lost as well in the
Not
TCL.
in the TCL, no.
15 seconds left, and his record is on table on the judges.
Good action, good back and forth. Respect to the fighters, Patrick Malata and Price Taylor. Taylor got Malata a 10-8 round.
What an upset.
New York City attitude, keep their mega brawl hopes alive.
It all goes back to that Ronnie decision. Ripped to the body, ripped up top. Malata throwing punches and bunches. It just wasn't effective enough to get him where he needed to. Then he got hit with a hook right here, overhand.
Yeah, quick one, huh?
Yeah, it looked a little bit more like a balance issue, but definitely got him. Definitely hit him, and he definitely went down.
Yeah. Back here ringside at the rim, Bubba Jenkins and Bubba, we got an update right now. The fight earlier, Ronnie Oscar with the referee Ivan Guillermo stopped it. It might have been some people booing. A dislocated shoulder. Austin is in a sling. So the doctors jumped on it, immediately diagnosed a dislocated shoulder. So again, we err on the side of caution. Credit to Ronnie Oscar for wanting to keep on fighting, but damn, that's hard to see right there. So a lot on the line tonight. Jeremiah Gallegos, our ring announcer for tonight, is ready to make it official. I'll be in the ring. I'm gonna go do some interviews.
Do you think, my man?
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans, before we get the result, how about a huge round of applause for all of our warriors representing their city and their team. And now we have the results here for our first of our doubleheader tonight. With a final total of 172-166, the victory goes to the New York Attitude. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's invite the New York Attitude inside the ring. Come on up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to recognize the 3 stars of the night. The 3rd star of the night goes to Patrick Mailata, representing the Las Vegas Hustle. 2nd star of the night goes to Lasha Uruliani from the New York Attitude. And for the first star of the night, Bryce Taylor from the New York Attitude. And now we want to present tonight the fight of the night, and it goes to, from round number 9, representing the Las Vegas Hustle, Israel Taylor, and Ryan Sempoteca representing New York. And now let's go ahead and bring in our teams. The New York Attitude.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Let's get the coaches involved. New York Attitude, get in the ring right now. Make some noise for your team right here. Let's go, coach. All right. You said it yesterday. We're still alive because we're going to come in with some attitude. You got the attitude. You got the victory. You got people jumping over the ropes right now. How's your squad look to you?
Let me tell you something. Every single time we go in this ring, something happens. And some kind of controversy or something. Well, we have that attitude. We dug deep. We got in there. These guys are the best. Look at these guys right here. They all have heart. They never gave up, and they came and they brought it tonight. We got the W.
And you know who really brought it? The big heavyweight, Bryce Taylor. You got the knockdowns, got the knockout. Take that mouthpiece out, man. We don't need it right now. How'd you feel for your squad?
I felt good. Made sure I throw my hands fast. Be faster than both of them because they both 300 pounds. Fuck that shit. Hell no, I'm not getting hit with that. Fuck. That's,
you said you love to get booed. Nobody's booing you right now.
No, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
New York Attitude, you guys stay alive in the playoffs. Make some noise, Interconte. They are ready to go.
Well, congratulations to New York City Attitude. They beat Las Vegas Hustle, but is it enough to get into the playoffs? I don't know, because they're at the bottom of the standings. But, okay, so usually I'd like to go to the top of the card, but we're going to talk about the heavyweights. Mailata, he got knocked down. Yeah. I mean, it was inevitable. I kept saying he was swinging and swinging, and what did you guys see?
I think it was a good setup for Taylor because Mailata needed the knockout, and the fight really wasn't important because New York was already up.
Yeah.
So Taylor just had to move around, and Mailata was being overly aggressive, so he just gets caught.
Yeah. How about you, Coach?
I mean, I got to disagree with you, Gabe, and I know I might have been agreeing with you, and here's why I disagree with you. Those points are valuable. Those points are very valuable, valuable. So if he gets a finish there, those points can propel them to where they need to be.
And right now we're looking at the score. New York City Attitude is 172 and Las Vegas Hustle is 166. So right now those are the points, but like I said, will it be enough to bring New York City up into the rankings to get into the playoffs?
So these points transfer over to the next tournament.
It's a whole tournament.
Because the way I was understanding it was it's already won.
That's why I love this league. That's why I love this league. It's just
but you know what? A win's a win still right now.
Yeah. But and I tell people, here's the difference. You play checkers.
Yeah.
This is chess.
Yeah.
They're so intricate. You know, Dewey Cooper created a point system that just makes every round fun. You're not sitting around. You're on the edge of your seat because it counts.
Yeah. And then,
and hats off to the coaches of New York.
Yeah.
Because they made some calculations that really worked at the end.
Benny and Ryan, yeah. And then so earlier we did talk about it. Ronnie Astion. Very interesting that his whole shoulder, and they said it. You don't say it in the ring, but hey,
guys.
I guess he was just thinking out loud, maybe.
Verbally, as any fighter or in any fight sport, once you make a verbal call of you're injured, that's the obligation of a commission and a referee to stop that fight immediately. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And one thing is, for me, the star of the tournament was what's his name, Grigaliano.
Yes.
You know, he was applying pressure, landing some good shots, good body punches. You know, so for me, he was like the guy that stood out.
Yeah.
As far as all the fighters tonight.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
my fight of the night, I did see it, and I was a little shocked that they gave it to. I thought they were going to give it to Taylor. Taylor versus Sempoteca.
I kind of go with you too. You know, Cynthia.
I was shocked.
I was shocked because I just thought I thought it would change into the whole complex of this fight.
Oh, well, here we go. We have Darren Castro versus Ryan Pino right there. Oh, now here we go.
This
The
was a
Israel
good step
Taylor.
right here. Yeah,
now
it
the
went
heavyweights.
1-1 on that one.
Yeah. But see, look at, they're just clinching.
Now, I don't think that was a knockdown. I think that was clearly off balance.
Yeah.
But the punch came over. It wasn't a strong punch, but he was off balance, and I think he got it because the referee had to give him the knockdown because there was a punch landed.
All right, we're going to take a look at the standings for the tournament. Okay, Philly Smoke is still there. Let me see. New York City Attitude has moved up from number 10 to number 9, and Las Vegas Hustle is at number 7. So, as of right now, New York City, if they win in Boston, I don't think I don't know. You never know. Maybe everyone else just doesn't win. I'm not sure. But as of right now, I see Philly Smoke, Boston Butchers, Miami Stealth, Atlanta Attack, and Atlanta Attack and LA Elite are going to be fighting next, and that is going to be
Hey, guys.
fun.
I am so excited. I don't even want a paycheck for this one. This is so exciting. This fight is going to be epic. I mean, these guys, the faces off yesterday, the attitudes between, you can tell this is a matter of I want it more from both teams. So hands are going to be thrown, and I predict at least 6 knockouts in this next matchup.
Really? By Atlanta or LA?
Either way. That's how great this is going to be.
That's very bold of you to say, Coach.
6. Hey, listen, so when I get the prize, I want my respect.
Well, it's almost there. You know what? You have LA Elite, Manny Robles. He's going to be training, and this is the first time I'm going to be seeing him in the ring with this new team. And Atlanta Attack, they came in second last year, so they bring the dog out.
A deserving second.
They bring the dog out in these fights. Like, just watch. And you heard other people saying, this is the fight. Atlanta is the one. So I can't wait for you guys to watch. Everyone that's tuning into DAZN right now, welcome to TCL. We're here at Thunder. We're here at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California.
The most exciting fight league in the world.
It's fun. It's exciting. Things happen, and everything that's happened. We had Ronnie Astan. Now, if you guys saw earlier and you didn't know what happened, he does have a sling because he has a dislocated shoulder. Don't know exactly what happened, but the commissions did the right thing. I did hear from Tremaine Williams; he's doing all right, and so that's excellent
and
news.
it's a really shame about that cut because I thought that would have been a great comeback matchup with the guy that got cut coming back to fight.
So now with the cut, is he out of the tournament?
I mean, I don't think he's out of the tournament. That's going to be a commission thing.
It's a commission thing because it depends on how it heals.
Yeah, he'll send it to the doctor. The doctor will do a first thing, then he'll do a secondary view, and the doctor can overrule and say he's eligible.
I say just stitch it up and let him go.
I mean, they would want that too.
Gab, you would also fight with one arm.
Yeah. All right. Well, so the next fight coming up from LA Elite, Manny Robles versus Atlanta Attack. This is going to be fun. There's women on the card. Marisol Cornejo versus Ariel Davis, and also Lizette Lopez versus Martina Kroll. I have to always highlight the women first. And Lizette, she's fighting, and Iana Verduzco versus Mona Ward. I remember these ladies.
These women can throw hands and very technical.
They're
They're
technical.
not sloppy.
Yeah. So here's some of the highlights from